Welcome. It's so wonderful to have you all here for our practice. So let's go ahead and get into a posture that's supportive. So you can find an upright seat, something that allows your back to be straight and also supported. So you could be lying down. Just know that the occupational hazard for that is that often we might fall asleep or get a little too drowsy. So if we can maintain an upright seated position, that will help to counteract some of the sleepiness that comes when our body goes into that habitual resting position. So we're really just moving from being here to being a little more fully here. Nothing magical happens when we ring the bell to start our practice. Just like nothing ends when we ring the bell to close the formal practice. These are really just mindfulness bells, reminding us to re-arrive in this moment, and mindfulness bells at the end to let us know that we're transitioning from formal practice to informal practice. But this practice is really something that we do whether our eyes are open or closed, whether we're seated or lying down. Really, this is just a practice of knowing what is taking place in the body, in the mind, in the environment. Not needing to change or manipulate things in any way, but really just knowing. So when we hear a sound such as the bell, knowing this is sound. And sounds may come and go in our meditation practice. And whether it's sounds or thoughts or emotions or experiences of the body, we can treat them all the same. We can simply notice that they're taking place without getting too involved. And it can be helpful if you'd like to close your eyes to bring that attention more inward. You can also just keep the eyes a quarter of the way open, just a light gaze down towards the floor in front of you. So noticing whatever is present here with you in this practice right now. You might notice sounds, moods, felt sensations in the body. Whatever you encounter in your practice, meeting it with an unconditional friendliness. So often it can be the experience, whether consciously or subconsciously, that we're in these subtle ways at odds with the body. That we're in some way resistant to the natural experiences that arise because we tell ourselves it should be some way other than it is. So it is the case that feelings might arise that are unpleasant. But we can allow something to be unpleasant without pushing it away or wishing that it was some way other than it is. Oftentimes, those feelings of unpleasant or discomfort are really calling for our kind attention. So, for the duration of this practice, we're simply noticing and letting all experiences be held with this unconditional friendliness. So, whether the experience is pleasant or unpleasant or even neutral, we're simply making space for it. Just allowing it. The art of meditation is really the art of making space. Creating a welcoming space. So we welcome the experience of the body breathing. We welcome the experience of the body sitting. So noticing whatever experience is the most predominant for you. And allowing it to be just as it is. Nothing to do or undo. Noticing what it's like to be in this body right now. Where are the places that the body's making contact? Where you can feel the surface and ultimately the earth providing support to your body. It might be where your legs and buttocks meet the chair or the surface that you're on, or where your feet touch the ground, or where your hands rest upon your body. Letting yourself experience the body in space, the weight of the body. And noticing, how do you know that the body is alive? What are the sensations of life in the body right now? You might notice activity in the belly, maybe gurgling or bubbling. You might notice the feeling of your pulse. Or sensing temperature changes on your skin from the air around you. Allowing and making space for this feeling of aliveness in the body. And noticing, what am I aware of right now? What experience is predominating in this moment? And then looking more deeply What is my relationship to what is arising? Is there welcoming, contentiousness, resistance, care? No right or wrong way, just noticing this is how it is right now. Remembering that this is a moment-to-moment practice. At times, experience can be very predominant. We might have a thought stream that predominates or physical discomfort. But the less that we can be wrapped up in them, the more that we can simply see this is what's here. And it's allowed to be here, and it's welcome to be here. And the more that we can allow things to come and to go, the more that we're able to metabolize experience, bring harmony to the nervous system. There's something very regulating about simply letting our body and mind be at rest in the same place at the same time. So mind knowing the experience of the body, letting everything be held in this container of loving awareness, not holding too tightly, just allowing. matter how many times you might become disconnected from the immediate, presently unfolding experience, each time that you notice, that is a moment of mindfulness re-arising. Not a time for judgment, but a time for celebration. Appreciating that you've recognized mindfulness has waned. And then it's an opportunity to reconnect with anything that anchors you to the present moment. It could be your breath, more neutral points of contact, like where your body makes contact with the chair, or sounds. Just re-anchoring into this present, fresh experience, just as it is. moment to moment, all experience is changing. So taking that backward step where we can simply observe all of the changing conditions without getting thrashed around by them. Instead, just resting back, knowing that experience rises, dwells, and falls. Nothing to cling to and nothing to push away. Just resting back. And just as I said at the beginning of practice, the bells don't mean that the practice is over. It just means that we're transitioning out of a formal sitting practice. But we are still encouraged to keep this mindfulness going to pay attention, to treat whatever arises with that same compassionate curiosity. But let's dedicate the merits of whatever good we've done here tonight. Let's dedicate that now. May all sentient beings who want and need the same as we do, may they all be liberated, peaceful, healed, fulfilled, and free. May there be peace in this world. And may the benefits for self and others accumulated through this practice be of the highest benefit to all beings and all things everywhere. May all beings and all things everywhere experience that joy, clarity, dignity, and fearlessness of peace. May all beings and all things everywhere have peace. Thank you so much for joining me in this practice. If you would like to join our discussion group, I invite you to go to the website and join so that you can follow along in our discussion. So for those of you here, I'll be seeing you in just a moment. And those joining live, thank you for joining us for this Monday night practice. Namaste.